Greetings, one and all, from the White Mountains of Arizona. It's another beautiful day here, and it's perfect weather for a channeling out in nature. That's what we're going to do. Now, you've already seen the thumbnail, okay? Obviously, the things we're doing on this channel, not very popular with the censors, and I feel strongly that Tara's channel has been shadow banned. It's just not getting shown, 9,000 subscribers, we're getting 100 views. Each of these channeling videos doesn't add up. So what we need is your help and participation. If you enjoy these videos, please, I implore you to share on your social media, word of mouth, carrier pigeons, smoke signals. I don't know what you do these days. Facts. Spread the facts. Anyway, if you could do that for Tara, I think we'd both really appreciate it because she deserves it. She's working really hard, puts a lot of energy into these channelings. They're not easy for her. When we channel a lower entity, who we may channel today, I don't know. Let's talk about that, okay? So we thank you for your support. Please share. But, okay, Hitler's going to be a tough one for a lot of people. I just want to stay as neutral as possible. All I'm saying is this. Everything I know about the guy has come from the mouths of people who fought him in a war and defeated him. And he's dead. And you can't say his side of it, which is a problem for me, but Tara's got a magical gift. So we're going to see what Tara has to connect to over here. I really just want to talk to his higher self, but we may talk to the ego. I'm asking you to turn off your ego. There's a lot of preconceived notions about him and the war that may not necessarily be true. It might just be the official narrative. I mean, the way the war started, the way we're taught in school is that Hitler just invaded Poland because he felt like it. But that's not true. The Polish people were being very hostile towards Germans in Poland, and they were going missing. They were kidnapping them, murdering them. So Hitler sent a squad in to get them, and it turned to bloody. And then I don't know what happened after that, but that's not what we're taught in school. We're taught that he just blindly invaded. Anyway,
okay.
She's ready. All right, how are you doing? Who do we connect to here?
Adolph.
Is this his higher self, his ego self?
Hard to say.
Okay, so we'll ask a few questions and feel him out. See what we get from this guy. Is that fair?
Yes.
So what was your mission here on Earth?
I want to weed out order, rule, clean it out.
Do you mean the Cabal?
Change course of humanity. Humanity following no growth. Forgets outside this world.
So you're concerned that humanity's lost its connection to the higher realms and now authority has taken control?
Yes, I sign contract. Change course. Whatever means necessary. Wake them up.
Well,
show them how blind the ego is. Ego, follow command, brings suffering to all humanity.
who'd you sign the contract with, and what was the nature of the contract?
The Atnid, pre-earth incarnation.
And your contract was to shake things up, to change the course of humanity?
Yes, myself, others, not my species, sign, change course. Earth wants to shift, but needs human manifestation to help.
So, what direction did you want to take humanity?
As far into the darkness as the ego will go.
To show us our shadow?
To show them what an imbalance, allowing one half of the self to govern the entire self. How ego leadership can lead to the fall, not of a country or a person, but the entire human race.
So, your incarnation as Adolph was to show how dark a human could be?
Push the negative polarity as far as humanity would allow it, like your heart paddles, defib, stop the heart, let it restart.
Are you a service to others' entity?
I am service to self, but I do not fight my position and what I am meant to accomplish. I don't create masks pretending to be something I am not.
You're just evil and loving it.
I know that I serve a purpose for good, but I must inherently be negative.
Since you're a service to self entity, what did you gain out of the Adolph incarnation?
To feel what those above me in my life have utter control, not just of a person, but of their mind, to control the free will of a populace. The energy is intoxicating.
So it fed your ego to be Hitler.
I felt what God must feel like.
To murder people?
I did not murder.
Oh, oh. Well, you ordered people to, I should say.
I control free will. You can manifest through through the free will of others without having to load a single bullet into a gun.
So you manipulated, coerced, tricked people into murdering for you, is your excuse.
That was my mission.
To coerce, manipulate?
How far would others allow me to do so?
Ah,
They went as far until they woke up.
this is true. So let me get this straight. You became Hitler in order to gain the ego boost of power and control, while at the same time helping humanity to see its darkest side. So you did this knowing that there would be a polarity in the result.
That is my mission.
So you're more of a neutral entity then, if you're willing to work for the light.
In your point of view of polarities, my being a service to self, a negative polarity, is seen as evil. But I am a tool. Everyone has a purpose. I don't shy away from my purpose. I do see the bigger picture. I know how I was being used and what I'm being used for. I don't question it. I did what I had to do because it's part of a puzzle. I could not be anything else.
In what dimension does your consciousness reside?
5.
Ah. So you're examining polarity then, in a nutshell.
Yes.
Hmm. It's hard to have any sympathy or, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but as you said, Hitler pushed it as far as anyone could push it. So it's difficult for a lot of people's egos to see the light in what you've done. What do you have to say about that?
I don't ask for sympathy
Right.
or forgiveness. There is a difference between what one sees in the human, feet on the ground, and what you see from above. Everyone plays a role. I played mine. I receive my karma, but that's part of my contract. I agreed to it. So neither do I want sympathy or praise. It just is.
Yes, maybe I misspoke. Maybe understanding was a better word. Can you explain what negative karma you incurred? Negative from my perception, of course.
To somewhat gain control of the free will, to inflict generational trauma, which was also to show old karma and human trauma. to bring to the surface. I must work through the karma that I have created, but I agreed to it, so I don't run from it.
Why were Jewish people selected to incur all that trauma?
It was from a higher perspective, not about a race of people, but their energy. Wanting from a higher perspective, not my human form, to help them to break free from their own genocide of their higher selves. Sometimes religion can be confining to cut off the higher self and replace it with ego, making you think it is your higher self. This group of people was on the verge of cutting off that higher self completely due to certain leaders within that religion. It is a religion that permeates throughout the world. It's one of the major religions. By becoming an external force, so negative and so powerful, they found their higher selves once again. Extreme, yes. I ask for no sorrow, no. I did evil. But they found their spirits.
Some heavy stuff there. Well, on one hand, I hate you for what you've done, and the other hand, I love you for making that sacrifice for all of us. That's the duality here on Earth, I guess.
Sometimes we have to see the loss of humanity to regain our humanity. It doesn't need to be that way. But unfortunately, persons like myself are inserted when there is no other catalyst.
Can you name some other people such as yourself who we would know?
Almost any leader that you can think of has been a catalyst for something. And you need to ask yourself, why do we continue to follow leaders? If people followed me, and you know that I was drunk on your free will, sucking the humanity from you, why do you continue to follow them? It doesn't matter that their faces have changed or their words have become more eloquent. We're all the same.
Mm-hmm. And all in the hands of the cabal. All right. Thank you for chatting with us. We really appreciate it. Do you have any last message for the people before we go?
Ekliptik.
All right. There we are. I didn't know what that last thing meant.
It's I love you in German.
Ah. Interesting. Eyes watery?
Yeah. Whew. I feel so sad.
Oh. It's always, I was telling the people earlier, like, it's okay when we channel a higher vibration, but when it's a low vibration, it takes a lot out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your
Yeah.
energy's all messed up for a few hours, maybe the rest of the day, huh?
Maybe all I need is just maybe some water, maybe I'll listen to some nice music. But yeah, I just feel so sad. Like, I don't know. It's like you can see it from this entity's point of view. And at the same time, you're like, that's awful. Why did we need somebody like that? It seemed a little extreme, you know? It seemed like a lot of death there, and a lot of hate spurred a lot of stuff. But I do know a lot of good came from it as well. So I don't know how to feel.
Yeah.
Except I'm a little.
That's what we're learning here. There's nothing that's just good or just bad. It's all shades of gray, and it just depends on your perspective. That's all it is. You shift your perspective, and that thing, event, that person, whether they're good or bad, shifts along with you. So it's just how you look at things.
Yeah, when he showed up, I don't know, it was like a weird energy, I guess. I don't know, just different. Um, and it was like he didn't look at me like he hated me. And it was obviously his ego, but it was just like, Willkommen, Fräulein, like, hello, welcome. And it was just like he was looking at my hair, and he was just like kind of studying me and studying my features. And then it was like, well, and he like picked up the tails of his like kind of suit jacket he was wearing or whatever. It was like, I guess I need to talk.
Okay. So it was a mixture of his ego and higher self.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so it was kind of hard to discern who was talking at what time, really.
Right. Well, we have to listen back to it. At certain times he was talking very slowly in a stuttery kind of way. Like the opposite of Mika. He's going very slowly.
Yeah.
One word. Maybe two.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's what happens when translating into English from ego to higher self to, I don't know.
To German to back to English.
Yeah, to back to higher self, back to, I don't know. Who knows?
Well, I think this video has gone on long enough.
All right, then.
And we need to recoup from that one.
Yeah, so let me know what you guys thought, definitely. And if you guys have done any sort of like meditation or connection to that energy as well, like what has been your experience? What are your thoughts? Yeah, curious.
And give a like for this tree right here.
Dude, that tree's awesome.
That deserves a like in itself. Even if you don't agree with anything that we've said here. Look at this tree. Crazy. All right.
All right, then.
That'll do it from us.
Bye.
Like, share, and subscribe. Bye.